Hello, Cosmic Crew. What's up? This is Bailey. Bailey's chilling. I'm dog sitting right now. Boxes. Man, as humans, we love these boxes. And pretty much everything that I've thought about, and I've been doing lots and lots and lots and lots of thinking because I'm doing lots of healing right now. Personally, and my Chiron is in Aries, so I just went over, my AC at 13 degrees and 15 degrees my Chiron, and I'm 6th planet Venus stellium. So if you say Venus, basically think about Christy times 6, that energy. So there's lots going on leading up to this full moon, and every situation that has been going on, and personally in my experience, has kind of been walking, my higher self's been walking me through this whole process of awakening, and even talking to you guys and the channel, and man, still don't even understand all of it and how it's all blending together, but I'm just kind of following along. Oh, thank you. But these boxes kept coming up. And what do I mean by that? I mean, even when we understand that we create our own reality, and even when we even see some of these things manifest, we still are learning all these limitations that we put on ourselves subconsciously, or blocks that we have in certain areas, or just the fact that what we thought was impossible before is possible, and our minds, it takes time to be able to think that big, because we've led these crazy lives, especially our RH negatives and doubles. I mean, we bring in these energetic experiences in order to be able to master them, to go through awakening. Lots of us have had crazy lives because we're dealing with all these different karmic situations and yada yada yada. But no matter what it is, and then right now with Easter coming up on the full moon of Libra, we're going to talk about that. Then, we've got all the stories coming up with the Bible, and, when you really go back and look at the Bible story, and then the one before that, which was the Sumerian tablets, and the one before that, and you read the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, you go back to Zep Tepi, then you start looking even more, to the point where now we're looking at time periods that some people say don't even exist, which they did. There was way more advanced civilizations here before. That's what's been being suppressed. That's why they've been hiding us, the blood and the RH negatives and all these things. This is what this was all about, in order to suppress all this information that we talk about now. But the reason that we put these things in boxes is because we've, especially us RH negatives, and I'm going to venture to say double Simian, the more that I understand, the energies that you deal with are very much, they're starseed. Could say, starseed, original human, and Newman, like the O positive, not the RH negative, right? The RH negatives birthed to the RH positive that has all those galactic energies as well. So the blood types, really don't matter that much. And I got out on a tangent. But no matter what it is, we put ourselves in boxes. To the point where in the very beginning, even when, I talk to people, and it's easier for me to talk to you guys than it is to talk to myself. So, oh my gosh. Because it's so easy now to clearly see these programs and where they got there in the family line and how long they've been repeating. Here's a funny story. When I was cooking a roast, and it was with an old partner of mine and his mother. And every time she'd cook the roast, she would cut a piece of the meat off. And I can't remember if I was preparing the roast or if she was at the house or what it was. And she cut the head of the meat off. And I was like, wait, why did you, or Mark had done it before. I don't remember, but I was like, why do you cut the tip off the meat? Well, because Mark just kept cutting this meat and throwing it away. He said, well, that's how my mom does it. So then I called her and said, hey, why do you cut the tip out of the meat? And she said, well, that's what my mother always had to do because we didn't have a big enough pan. And then that's just how she had, copied how everything had gone down the line. Well, that's how we've lived. And we all did. And so those little things of something as simple as cutting the tip off the meat, right, is something that's ingrained in our family line. So then it's ingrained in our mind that's the limitation of it. And so we put these little boxes. As soon as we break through one and open up the possibilities there, then it's like you get down and you look around and you're like, oh crap, now I've got all these other boxes. But for a lot of us, we've been scared to stand up and say that we have this one particular box, and it's called gifts. It's called psychic. It's called clairvoyance. It's called empath. It's called intuitive. It's called RH negatives. It's called spirituality. It could be called any of those things. And whenever we open up that box and we look inside, what do you see? Because in this box is where we've stuffed in this lifetime and all the other thousands of lifetimes that we've lived, that we've come back into human vessels, that we've reincarnated, that we've learned how to do right, all to get through to this point right here, where we can actually manifest a new humanity and actually be granted all the gifts that innately we know we have, which is why it's a little confusing, and it has been confusing to live not understanding why we're different and what all these gifts are. But in order to get those gifts, then we have to do the work and we have to do the purification, because you have to empty the trash can. You can't keep filling the trash can, it's overflowing. You got to empty it out. So when you look in that box of gifts, that we've stuffed down, because I don't know why it is in this society, whenever you tell people that you have gifts, then and we stop hiding it, and they're proven, other people have seen, things happen, that all of a sudden people think we're better than everyone else, and that's not true. Why I don't understand this. Why do we do this? It's ingrained in our system to do this so we'll keep each other down. Don't you see that? It's like it's a program. So we have to stop. But there's a box around Yahshua. There's a box around Easter and Palm Sunday and Buddha and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. There's boxes. We get you in this box, and then we're going to get you in this box. And then let's get it down to this box, and then let's get it down to this box. You have to get rid of the boxes. If you can't picture it and you can't, and it's not even picturing it, it's feeling like we deserve it. It's feeling like we deserve it. So when we get to the point that we feel like we deserve whatever it is that we can dream, and as long as it's of, the highest good of humanity, and it's at that higher vibration, then it attracts others, and this is how lights come on all over the world. But when you go to pack up like your whole house and you start looking at all the boxes, and then you start realizing, oh my gosh, how much a square foot for a storage unit? So it's gonna, why am I storing all this stuff? Why am I keeping all these things that trigger these past emotions? No, I'm not going to. Because what's beautiful is that my emotion is based on my past experience, not my future. And just understanding that should open up a box. And when you open one of these boxes and you start looking inside, then as you're looking inside, start ripping those flaps off. Collapse that box, put it down straight on the ground. Those gifts should be free. And right now in the energy, everything that's in those boxes is really available out here everywhere to us. But instead we stuff it all in a box and we put a label on it, and when we get ready for it, we'll pull it out. And then what happens? You put it away and then you forget it's there. And then lifetimes go by and you come back down and you go, oh wow, I have that whole storage unit full of gifts that I packed up a while back because something tripped me out, but now I got it. You're going to forget about them. And the only way to really build up the energy and to do all these things that we talk about and to be this in the flow, to manifest our own realities, then we think that at first we can just like I Dream of Genie it, like bing. And what I've learned the hard way is that doesn't work, that you have to put action into it. And I'm starting to realize how to do that. And for me, of course, it's not putting expectation on it, which is not putting expectation on it. But for me, it's been easier to start just manifesting pieces of it. Like, this is how this could go down and that would affect me in the best light, or what I feel like would, just when I'm in a situation, then I manifest the highest outcome. This person will call me back. This will work out. This person will connect. And so then it's like you have all these balls in the air, but you've stated intent of why each one will happen, and then you just kind of step back and like just wait. Really. And this is what's, just some of this, how I'm doing it. So in the beginning, in these situations where we're learning to trust our instinct, and as we're breaking out of these boxes. So I don't know what happened yesterday with the video. It just went through like that. So now I know that whenever I send a video out and I just want subscribers to get it, then it won't have a title on it. Yay! And y'all let me know what's going on. There's so much going on. Lots of polarity, lots of let's just drop it here. I'll be back. I'm also going to be posting some more just the voice clip type things so I can get more messages out. I've got one more that I still need to release. I think it's an RH negative one that I did on the wrong app, so I'm trying to figure out how to fix it. So, love you all of the all, for we are not small. We are taller than tall. It's the evolution revolution. Let's go. Let's build it.